Ayan, naka-record na ha, kaya huwag maingay. Anyway, yun na nga, pagdating sa liquidation, the first one to receive payments would be the creditors, no? Then to be followed by the preferred stockholder, and then the last one would be the stockholders. Kaya sila nga yung tawag nating residual interest, no? And aside from that, yung mga stockholders nga natin, they have this what you call preemptive right, no? Ano yung tinatawag na preemptive right? So let's say the company would like to issue additional shares of stocks, no, in addition to the existing or outstanding stock. So the first one to be offered are to those people, no, or to those stockholders, existing stockholders of the corporation. Sila ang unang pag-o-offeran bago i-offer sa labas. So that is a preemptive right. The reason for the preemptive right is because of yung if they are not offered, no, the right of first buy, ang magiging problema niyan ay yung dilution ng ownership sa corporation. So what does it mean when you say dilution? Tingnan natin si Parilla. Patricia Noemi Parilla.
Yes,
Diba meron
sir.
kayong subject na partnership and corporation?
Wala po.
Wala ba kayong subject na ganon? O introduction man lang sa corporation, ganon? So anyway, yung tanong ko, Parilla, ano nga ba yung tanong ko?
Yes, po.
Nakalimutan ko. Ano nga yung tanong ko? Yung about sa preemptive. Yun. Ang tanong ko ay, ano yung dilution? How come there will be a dilution of ownership? Ano ibig sabihin ng dilution? Parilla? What does it mean when you say dilution of ownership? Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng preemptive right because of this dilution, no? We would like to avoid the dilution of ownership. Ano ibig sabihin ng dilution? Nag-hallucinate na siya, yung may-ari? Ganun ba yun, Parilla?
Hindi po, sir. Kapag po yung company nag-issue ng new stock, nagkakaroon po ng decrease sa mga existing stockholders po.
Decrease ba? Dumadami nga yung stockholders natin nun. Dumadami stockholders natin kasi ino-offer natin sa labas eh. Pero
Yung
ano
ownership percentage po nila, sir.
Okay, ownership percentage ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. Ownership percentage. Okay, that's correct. Sige, punta tayo sa susunod. So, ito pa rin, no? What is a stock? So, it is a share in the ownership of a company. So, stock represents a claim on the company's assets and earnings. So, pagka stockholder ka, portion, no, of the corporation's assets are partly owned, no, by the stockholder. Hindi mo lang alam kung alin doon, no? Kasi hati-hati kayo doon, And the same thing with the earnings. Kaya meron tayong computation na tinatawag na earnings per share. Yung earnings per share, sulat nyo to. Ang formula ng earnings per share ay net income minus preferred stock o dividend requirement all over common shares outstanding. No, yan yung formula ng earnings per share, no? EPS, EPS or earnings per share. That is net income minus preferred stock dividend requirement all over common shares outstanding. So sabi po rito, as you acquire more stock, your ownership stake in the company becomes greater. Tapos being a stockholder, an individual is entitled to receive dividends and exercise certain rights over the corporation. The stockholders are the corporation's investors. Tapos corporations issue stocks to raise funds for the company that will be used to finance in part or in full the corporate assets. Bakit in part or in full? Kasi, sorry. Kasi, minsan, they're using also bonds, no? Okay, they are using retained earnings. not to support or to finance the companies or the corporation's objectives, o kaya yung kanilang corporate assets. And that the firm's equity capital comprises of the capital stock, subscribed capital stock, additional paid-in capital, retained earnings, and treasury stock. So yan, naintindihan niyo ba itong mga to? Yung comprises of the capital stock. Pagka sinabing capital stock, yan, yan na yung outstanding na, no? Subscribe and fully paid. Pagka sinabi namang subscribe capital stock, hindi pa fully paid. Additional paid-in capital naman, that is the issuance of the stock above its par value. And then when we say retained earnings, yan naman yung accumulated net income for the past years. Tapos yung treasury stock, these are the firm's own stock that was repurchased by the company and not retired. So yan yun. By the way, kayo rin ba yung klase ko sa investment and portfolio? Hello?
Yes po.
Kayo rin, no? So after this, investment and portfolio tayo, no? Kaya lang, magbre-break muna tayo ng mga 15 or 30 minutes doon bago tayo mag-start naman sa investment and portfolio management. Okay, so continue. Yun, if a corporation issues only one kind of stock, then it must be a common stock, no? In that case, the common stock is also the firm's capital stock. Kaya kung isang stock lang yun, common stock. Pagka dalawa, you have to mention if it is if it is common or preferred. Tapos in some cases, ayun, nasa ilalim pala, no? Corporations may have two types of stocks, the common stock and the preferred stock. Yung stocks, ayun, nakalagay, equity financing are commonly used for long-term investment projects such as investments in property, plant, and equipment. The proceeds from the issuance of shares may also be used to pay off the firm's obligations. Okay, so question or clarification? Actually, yung iba dyan, nabanggit ko na di ba? Naglalaro ba kayo sa stock market? Ay, wala nga pala, no? Wala pala nag-invest inyo sa stock market. Ako, maano ako sa stock market, no? By the way, nandito tayo sa stock market, pakikita ko sa inyo yung ibang stocks, Total, ito yung topic natin, So, tingnan natin kung mapapakita ko sa inyo. Sandali lang, ito makikita naman pala. Yan. So, nakikita nyo? Ay, hindi pa.
Kita na, sir.
Yan. Nakikita nyo na ba to? Stock market.
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is actually the secondary market, no? Sandali lang, Ipat natin para maayos natin. Ayaw na lumaki. By the way, that is the stock market, no? So makikita nyo itong gumagalaw-galaw na to. Yan, di ba? May mga, yan, ang tawag dyan ay tickler, no? So when we say tickler, that is the movement, no? Showing the movement or the prices of stocks being traded. Nandyan yung buy, sell. Tapos may makikita kayong green, red, no? Pagka green yan, ibig sabihin, positive yung buying, no? Ibig sabihin, nagre-retrain siya, mas mataas ang price. Pagka nagre-red, below the price yan. Nagne-negative siya. Okay? So pagka white naman, ibig sabihin, yung price yesterday, the same sa price today. Pagka green, above yung price na compared to yesterday. Pagka red, below, no? So diyan makikita nyo yung stock market. But once it is traded in this kind of market, nakikita nyo ng ganyan, that is already secondary market. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na primary and secondary market. Pagka primary, nandyan yung initial public offering. Pagka secondary market, nandyan na yung buying and selling of stocks. So kung ano yung binili mong stock dun sa primary market, and once you sell it, that now is in the secondary market. So ito ay broker, no? Itong AB Capital Securities Inc. is a broker. So they are the broker for buying and selling of stocks. So ibig sabihin nun, if you want to buy stocks, you can approach any broker, no? If you want to sell, you can also sell. Okay, so yan yung example natin ng stock market, no? So broker yan, ha? Okay. Okay, so naririnig niyo pa ako? Hello?
Yes,
Opo.
sir.
Okay, sorry ha, nawala akong bigla, natanggal ko. So balik tayo doon sa lesson natin. Mhm. Yun lang, pagka lumalabas ka tayo, talagang mag-out ka muna bago mag-ano no? Wala na naman yung aking pinipresent. Mhm. Saan siya? Sandali, ayaw lumabas ang aking pinipresent. Okay, so yan na, no? So nasa na tayo? Okay, so dito tayo. Ito, compositions of the stockholders' equity. So yung compositions of stockholders' equity natin, so makikita nyo, di ba, kanina sa assets is equivalent to liabilities plus equity. So yung equity, ito yung mga components niya, no? Binanggit na natin kanina, yung capital stock, no? So this represents the amount paid in by the stockholders, whether in cash, property, or service. So majority stockholders normally considered if it owns more than 50% of the total shares of the company. Pero actually, class, minsan kahit na 21% lang, 23% lang, pwede kang maging majority stockholder. Basta to sino may pinakamaraming shares, yun yung majority stockholder. And normally becomes the chairman o siya yung may-ari, no, ng company na yun. Okay? And then we have the authorized capital stock represents the maximum number of shares that the corporation may issue. So yan yon. So ibig sabihin, yung traded kasi sa stock market, hindi naman lahat yun ay na-issue na yung authorized, no? Kasi minsan tinatabi rin nila yung iba bago sila mag-issue ng additional shares of stocks. So yung authorized, that is the maximum, maximum stocks that can be issued by the firm. Ngayon, tinanong nyo halimbawa, dagdagan natin yung shares natin, no? More than the authorized. Pagka ganon, you have to look for an application again, no? You have to apply for apply sa SEC to increase the capitalization of the company. Ito yung sinasabi ni Denver kanina, yung ownership of a firm's shares of stock is evidenced by a stock certificate. Pero itong stock certificate kasi is a hard copy, papel siya. But sometimes nga you do not have the stock certificate, so rather you have the script certificate kung tawagin natin. So yung script certificate, anytime, pwede nyo ibenta o pwede kang bumili, Tapos ang keeper ninyo, si broker. Okay? Naintindihan pa ba ako? Naintindihan ba ako?
Opo.
Okay, so then we have the subscribed capital stock. So this represents a portion of the authorized capital stock that has been subscribed but not yet fully paid. Kaya nag-subscribe ka lang, pero hindi pa fully paid. Pero dapat bayaran mo, kasi you cannot receive the stock certificate or you are a full control of the stock if it is not fully paid. Dapat bayaran ng buo yan. Tapos we have the ba't pareho yata yun? Oo nga, pareho. Number 3, additional paid-in capital. Naulit lang yung subscribe, yeah? So additional paid-in capital, so this is a portion of the paid-in capital representing excess over the par or stated value. Kaya minsan kung ang par value ng stock 100, minsan binibenta natin ng 120. So yung 20 pesos, yun yung additional paid-in capital. Then you have the retained earnings. Yan, in-explain ko na rin kanina. So represents the cumulative balance of the periodic earnings, dividend distributions, fundamental errors, and other capital adjustments. Kasi pagka may mga errors, may mga corrections, doon sa libro, pinapasok din sa retained earnings. But primarily, the retained earnings is the components primarily is the net income, of the company for the past several years. Tapos meron tayong treasury stock. The treasury stock is a corporation's own stock that has been issued and then reacquired but not canceled. So yung treasury stocks are held for possible future resale, a stock option plan, purchasing of another company, or for preventing a hostile takeover. Kasi pagka binili mo yung stock, nababawasan yung outstanding stock, papasok sa company yon, binabawasan niya yung outstanding stock. But if they want to reissue that stock, pwede, And normally, if companies have excess money, they normally purchase their own stocks para yung dividends na babayaran nila lumiliit. Kasi ang dividends naman, binabayad lang doon sa mga outstanding stocks. Pagka treasury stock, ibinabaw sa outstanding. So kaya hindi sila nagbabayad ng dividends, so nakakasave sila ng cash. Pero pagka may cash din sila, yun nga ginagawa nila, bumibili minsan ng mga treasury stocks kung tawagin natin. Okay, so yung types of stocks natin, binanggit na rin natin kanina, We have the common stock and the preferred stock. So yung preferred stock is in a better position only for dividend declaration and liquidation proceedings, as they are first entitled to receive such before the common stockholders. Okay, yan yung preference nila, Pagka preferred stock. Yan yung dividend lang at saka yung liquidation. And when we see liquidation, yan yung magko-close na yung company. Okay, so may tanong ba kayo? Tanong or clarifications? Hello? May tanong? Wala Siguro mga 10:15, stop tayo, okay lang? Tapos, pahinga muna tayo ng konti, start tayo ng mga 10:30 o 10:40 para sa investment naman, ha? Okay lang ba sa inyo yun? Total, 1 month ang nakaano sa atin dito sa stocks na to, no? 1 month pa lang tatapusin to. Eh, mabilis natin tapusin to. Panay concepts pa lang naman to eh. Ha? And besides, you have the copy already, no? Okay, then we have the types of stocks. Common stock is well common. Ano yun? Common stock is well common. Okay, pabayan mo na yun, no? So when people talk about stocks, they are usually referring to these types. In fact, the majority of stock is issued is in this form, no? So we basically went over features of common stock in the last section. Yan pa pala yung pagkakasulat ko, no? So common shares represent ownership in a company and claim dividends on a portion of profits. Investors get 1 vote per share to elect the board members who oversee the major decisions made by the management. So that is one of the rights, no? One of the rights of the common stockholder to elect, to participate in that decision making. Pero kung minority ka naman, baliwala rin yun, no? Baliwala rin yun. Over the long term, common stock by means of capital growth yields higher returns than almost every other investment. Kaya pagdating sa investment class, ang pinakamalaking return actually ay stocks, no? But actually, they have also the highest loss. But if you are ranked yung investments, number 1 return is stocks, to be followed by mutual funds, tapos bonds, and then you have the treasury bill. Now, yan yung ranking na, no? From riskiest to less risky. Okay, so ito, no? A company may issue different classes of common stocks. So in class A is stock issued to the public and usually has no dividends. However, it does have voting rights. Tapos yung class B stock naman is usually kept by the company's organizers. Dividends are typically not paid on it until the company has generated sufficient earnings. Pero dito naman kasi hindi na-identify actually kung class A or class B, no? But there are cases wherein it is being classified, no, into class A and class B. Pero dito sa mga stocks na nakikita ko sa stock market natin, wala ako nakikitang ginagano ng classification na class A, class B, no? Meron na ako nakita minsan, pero ngayon wala akong makitang class A or class B. Okay? Then a company stock may also be issued at par or no par value. Pagka sinabi natin kasing par value, yan yung 100 peso par value. Mga ganyan, ha? Pero pagka no par value, hindi sinasabing na 100 peso par value. So wala lang siyang par value. Sasabihin niya no par value, but with stated value of. Ganun lang, no? Pagka par value, yan yung price ng stock talaga. Pero pagka no par value, hindi sila nag-indicate ng price ng stock ng company. But they will give a stated value, which is not lower than 5 pesos. Okay, so yan mga yan naka-indicate sa stock certificate at saka sa articles of incorporation. Kaya naman bago kayo makapag-form ng corporation, dapat meron na kayong articles ng incorporation. And it was approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Ito pala yung example ng no par value, no? Sinasabi niya, a no par value stock is one that has no face value stated in the stock certificate. Although no par value has no face value, such a stock cannot be sold at a price less than 5. So yung 5 pesos na yan yung tinatawag nating stated value. So as provided in the Corporation Code of the Philippines, all proceeds of no par value stock sold are considered legal capital. Okay, so common stocks. Ito, next time na siguro tayo rito. Mahaba to Ayan, no? Ay, konti na lang pala tignan nyo, tapos na kagad tayo sa isang topic. Samantalang ang isang topic, isang buwan ang nakaalat. Tayo, natapos natin kagad, no? So anyway, dadagdagan ko pa siguro to para mas marami pa kayo matutunan, no? But we will stop here, no? Sa common stocks, yung advantages or features ng common stock. And then we will continue again on Monday, Monday next week. So every Monday lang ang synchronous natin. So yung activity, wala pa akong pa-activity sa inyo kasi mga concepts pa lang to But I'm asking you to read them, Basahin nyo to. Magdadagdagan ko pa to, no? Lalagyan natin yung valuation ng stocks. Lalagyan natin ng valuation ng stocks at saka iba pang topics pertaining to stocks. Even the pricing of the stocks, ilalagay natin dito. And then the valuation, I will add the valuation of stocks here, no? At saka yung mga market, i-explain ko rin sa inyo kung ano yung mga markets, no? Yung primary, secondary market. But that will be on the second meeting na. Monday na ulit tayo. So for the meantime, you read this, and then siguro assignment na lang, what is a financial market na lang, no, what is financial market, and what are the types of financial markets. O yun lang. So ano ulit yung assignment natin? Financial market and types of financial market. Yun lang ang assignment natin for next meeting. Okay ba? Okay, so pahinga muna tayo. So let's meet at the same Google na lang din, the same Gmeet or the same link for the investment and portfolio management naman. Okay, so let's meet after mga 10:18 to siguro mga 10:30. Ay, hindi, wag naman. 10:45 siguro. At 10:45, let's meet at 10:45. Okay? Break muna kayo, break na muna kayo. So we will meet at 10:45, so we will use the same link. Ako hindi na ako lalabas, no? Dito na rin ako. Kaya lang babaguhin ko lang yung aking PowerPoint bale. Sige, okay. Break muna tayo.